It's now time for The Morning Show on XL7-TV.
Welcome to The Morning Show on XL7-TV. I'm Bob Rechtenwald. This is Scooter.
Whoop, whoop.
Scott Callies.
How are you?
Not too bad. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I can't complain.
You sure?
Pretty sure.
Get your lawn done?
No.
Told you.
No.
I knew you wouldn't.
Got quite a bit done the other day, but I didn't do any
we're not
yesterday.
talking the other day. We were here Monday. It's probably in the same state as it was Monday.
Yep, pretty much. Yep. You got it. It'll probably be that way until this weekend. More than likely.
More than likely?
Actually, I'm going to be leaving this weekend, possibly. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
You going east or west?
East.
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 Head east, young man.
That's right. That's right. So how was your evening?
Peachy.
Peachy.
Yeah.
Get any mowing done with your knee?
Haven't touched a mower since last Monday.
Good job. Good job.
However,
Your wife will kill you.
if I can get a hold of my orthopedic surgeon today, I'm going to ask him, how long do I got to do this?
I don't blame you there.
Of course, I have an appointment with him next Monday, so
He probably say at least till next Monday.
Probably. But, it is what it is.
That's how it goes.
It's going to be warm.
It is. It is. And it's summertime. You kind of expect it. I hate those real hot days. But it's been like yesterday wasn't
Bad.
bad, but the humidity levels were way up. It was really humid outside,
It was.
and that's what makes it brutal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not too shabby. Not too shabby.
But of course, you couldn't mow yesterday, so that didn't help.
Well, it's going to be a jungle when I get back around, so.
You got some people helping every now and then, don't you?
It's going to be a jungle when we get back around.
Yeah. Okay, we'll leave it at that.
Now, Josh has done a great job. He did a lot of mowing. Robert did some mowing over the weekend. So between the two of them, they've got the bulk of it done, but there's still going to be a few little ones that haven't been touched for a while. And the people understand. They know what I was going through and what's happening, so they're like, yeah, just don't worry about it.
Yeah.
The only problem is when you go back to worry about it, it's going to take forever to do.
Yeah. It's going to take at least twice as long.
Oh, yeah.
So you're going to be so tall, and you're going to have to mow it down. Yeah.
Yeah, going to be fun.
It'll be a good time.
What's happening in Memphis?
Not a whole lot. My daughter, they got settled in. I think they got people, one of their friends visiting them that they hadn't seen in a while. So they're getting settled in slowly and surely. There's been some other people finally move into the building because it's a brand new facility. So that's makes things a little bit better, a little bit easier, knowing that you're not the only one in this huge complex. But they're doing good. They're doing good.
Good deal. Time for the morning prayer, brought to you by Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas. With all our respect, it's not just their motto, it's the way they do business. Renata Jenkins Byler and her staff across the state with their 29 locations, one in Memphis, Tennessee, will be there to help you in your time of need and your time of sorrow. And now the morning prayer. Lord, we just thank you for who you are and what you do for us in our lives. Lord, we just pray that you will continue to bless us as a nation, as a country, and as a state in the city of Mountain Home. Lord, we just pray that you'll be with those that have lost loved ones here recently. And Lord, we just pray for the elderly that are having to deal with the heat that we have at this time. Lord, we just pray that you'll lead, guide, and direct us, keep us safe. And as always, we thank you for what you mean to us in our lives. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Home, with all our respect. 870-425-2161 is our phone number. Highway 5 North, just past Hospital Drive on the right-hand side by the biggest American flag you've probably ever seen. Go in there, talk to them about pre-planning, cemetery plots, funeral services, mausoleum, and such. If you don't know where the nearest Roller Funeral Home is to you, give them a call again. Their number is 870-425-2161. And now it's time for a quick word from Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z-Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty, 870-405-0793. Almost got twisted up there. 0793 is their number. Retiredarkansas.net is their website. We'll be back in just a moment.
Oh, honey, we've had such a wonderful vacation here in the Ozarks. I really hate to go home.
I know. The lakes, the rivers, they've all been great for fishing. Oh, and the boating and the swimming.
And the people are so nice in the stores and restaurants.
Let's call an agent and see if we can make Mountain Home our new home.
Call the Z-Team, 870-405-0793. Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East Mountain Home.
870-405-0793. Hello, Z-Team?
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's time for the dam reports, lake levels, and the weather, brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team. Century 21 Lee Mack Realty, 870-405-0793 is their number. retiredarkansas.net is their website. If you go there, click on live views, you're going to see a great view today. Not much fog.
Very pretty today.
How did I know that already?
Just a wild guess.
Because the weather's nuts and there's no fog out there. Great shot from Marion County back into Baxter County, Arkansas. That's the city of Cotter. Over to your left is the Rainbow Bridge. Behind it is the old trellis bridge for the railroad tracks. Off to your right is Contractor Trust. The baseball field is straight ahead of you. Way, way off in the distance is the state of Missouri. City of Mountain Home would be to your right. City of Bull Shoals to your left. Go to my other shot, please. A little bit of haze on the river because they're generating quite a bit at the moment, and that water's cold.
Yeah, I could. It's always cold.
Yep, it's always cold.
I've been in it.
You've been in it?
I know.
Purposely been in it, or just kind of jumped off in it?
Yeah, it's a long story, but yes, purposely. I won't do it again. It was cold.
Yeah? Little induced, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Great shot of the White River, brought to you every morning by Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z-Team. You can go there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, click on live views and get to check these out. You can also click on MLS listings, see what's available in our area. If you see something that tickles your fancy, give them a call at 870-405-0793. Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty. And we'll take a look at some temperatures while that gives you some more shots. Currently, Mountain Home at 78, Harrison is 83, Batesville is 82, Yellville 78, Marshall 75, Salem 73, Mountain View 75, Calico Rock 78, West Plains, Missouri 73, Springfield, Missouri 77, Poplar Bluff, Missouri is 72, St. Louis, Missouri is 73. There's a nice shot right there, Scooter.
That's your favorite shot, isn't it?
It is. That is my favorite one right there.
It's a good looking shot.
That fog lifts off of there in just a little bit. It'll be pretty nice. Live shots brought to you by the Z-Team, Bob and Linda Zadora. Again, their number is 870-405-0793. retiredarkansas.net. Those birds are bugs.
Birds. They're birds.
They're birds. You're going to say it's awful big bugs. Could be South Louisiana mosquitoes taking a trip up here. Let's get this radar kicked off. I wouldn't click to it yet. It's going to take a minute to catch up, I think. Let's take a look at the United States radar. Nothing in Arkansas, very little in Missouri. Illinois looks clear. Oklahoma, Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, all cleared up throughout today. We'll zoom back into Arkansas. From Rogers to Blytheville, from Fayetteville to Jonesboro, Fort Smith over to Memphis, Conway, Little Rock, Hot Springs, Pine Bluff, Texarkana, Greenville, Mississippi, all looks pretty clear. A little bit of rain north of Jonesboro right about this time, but it's going to be out of there within the hour. Other than that, the whole state looks pretty good, Scooter. Look at there. Got the old hodgepodge there.
Got some warnings.
And most of it's heat.
Yeah.
Got a flash flood warning in the southern tip of Illinois, the western side of Kentucky. Part of Tennessee is getting, oh gosh, there's so many different colors in there. Severe weather thunderstorm watch. Most of what we've got in Arkansas is either a heat advisory or extreme heat advisory. But all that red means hot. Don't you reckon?
Yeah, it's going to be a hot day.
One thing you don't ever have to worry about where we're at, Baxter County, is that high surf warning.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a big issue for us.
Don't think we have to worry about that high surf warning.
It's oceanfront property in Arkansas for you.
There you go. From now until 9 o'clock tonight, we've got a heat advisory. high today is going to be 99.
Oof.
It's going to be very, very hot. Tonight it's going to be low of 76 with a slight chance of rain. Tomorrow, slight chance of rain, high of 94. Another chance of rain on Thursday night, low of 70. Friday, high of 77 degrees. It's going to feel like winter's hit us again.
I'm going to love Friday.
6% chance of rain on Friday with a high of 77. Low Friday night, 63. Saturday, clear, sunny, high of 85. Mostly clear, low of 66 on Saturday night. Sunday, it's going to be high of 88 with a little bit of wind, and clear Sunday night, low of 69. High Monday, it's going to be sunny, high near 91. And Tuesday, high near 94. Pollen count, tree pollen low today, none tomorrow, none on Friday. Grass moderate today, moderate tomorrow, moderate on Friday. Ragweed moderate today, none tomorrow, none on Friday. Tune in tomorrow and I promise you that will be different.
It always is.
Lake levels and dam reports. Lake Norfolk 556.95, which is 4.95 above full pool. Currently, the generation is not available at Norfolk, so they are not generating any. Lake Bull Shoals, 659.68, which is 0.68 above full pool of 659. They are currently generating 6.
Ooh.
Now, if you look at the pictures of the river, it doesn't look like they're generating 6.
It doesn't.
But their report says they are generating 6.
I don't get that.
Because it's way low.
I know.
But it is what it is. That's the lake levels dam reports brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z Team. Century 21 Lee Mack Realty. 870-405-0793 is their number. Retiredtoarkansas.net is their website. These are realtors you can recommend to your friends. They're busy, but never too busy to assist you. You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hi, Brett, Fritz, and Paisley here at Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Roost Road. Mower Warehouse has the largest selection of Ferris zero-turn mowers in stock. 0% financing available. Mower Warehouse also services all brands of mowers. We offer free delivery. Come see us for all your mower needs. That's Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Roost Road, where your business is appreciated.
Going on now through June, up to $500 off select mowers at Mower Warehouse, with no money down and payments as low as $89 per month.
Have you ever known?
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's time for community news and happenings brought to you by Mower Warehouse of Mountain Home. Highway 178 east, about a quarter mile from the bypass just past Buzzard Roost Cutoff Road. You know you're there when you see the mowers in the air.
They got mowers in the air, mowers everywhere, mowers inside, outside.
Don't be trying to change it.
I'm just saying that they're
They
not
got 'em.
just in there. They got mowers.
New and used,
Yes, they do. They take trade-ins, so they got some used mowers out there.
all different brands.
And they've got so many, I mean, they got every size mower that you could be looking for the little push mower to the big commercial zero turns to the big commercial stand-ups. They got generators, weed eaters, you name it, they got it.
And they've got sales, service, warranties, and rebates.
They've got big rebates going on right now. It was supposed to end at the end of last month, and the manufacturers extended the rebates, so they're running till the end of this month. But you can save some pretty good money. I mean, most of them are like $500 rebates, so that's a big chunk if you're looking to buy a new mower.
Folks will say $500. That's not much. Walk along the side of the road, pick up cans, and gather $500
Yeah.
worth.
Yeah, that to me, $500 is a good chunk of money.
There you go. Community news and happenings. Let's see what's going on, Scooter. They'll be wrapping up the Northwest Arkansas Wellness Innovative Readiness Training that wraps up today. Runs from 9 till noon. There's still time for you to get there. Go get in line this morning. New patients will stop 1 hour before they close. Medical and health, sports physicals, optometry, dental exams, extractions and fillings. It's at the middle school at Yeovil Summit on the campus of Yeovil Summit High School, 1124 Panther Avenue in Yeovil. I bet I'm looking forward to hearing the numbers. How many people went through that?
Yeah, I know they were hoping for about 4,000.
Saturday, the 29th of July, will be a pancake breakfast. It's a fundraiser. It's $8 per person, $4 for kids, 5 to 12. Kids under 4 eat free. World War II and Korean veterans eat free. Military, law enforcement, EMTs in uniform will eat free as well. It's from 7:30 to 11 at the American Legion Post number 52 here in Mountain Home. Price includes all-you-can-eat pancakes, biscuits and gravy, sausage, coffee, orange juice. 717 Market Street here in Mountain Home. Let's take a look and see. The track is getting resurfaced at Bomber Stadium, and that is falling behind due to some delays.
I know they're putting new asphalt down all around where the concessions and all that is.
Yeah,
I got a thing on that today to make sure people stay out of the barriers.
Yeah, they're not able to use, you can't cross the track to get to the football field, so you can't use the football field. So it's kind of cramping a few different events, but it'll be nice when it gets done.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got going on in the community? Let's see. ASU Mountain Home Technical Center has been named after the retiring chancellor, Dr. Robin Myers. That's a pretty nice thing to get when you're retiring. If I can get that to open real quick. It is now going to be called the Dr. Robert L. Myers Technical Education Campus.
Cool, cool.
Congratulations, Dr. Myers, and your retirement, and enjoy it. Hope you come back and visit us. You got anything else, Scooter?
I don't. I'm out.
You out? All right. Well, let's see. If there's anything else in here. Doesn't look like it. So we'll call that good. It's the Community News and Happenings Update brought to you by Mower Warehouse of Mountain Home, Highway 178 East, quarter mile from the bypass. You know you're there when you see the mowers in the air. We'll be back in just a moment. You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
All you've ever wanted was a place to write your story. You hear it's not the right time to buy or sell a house, but really, the best time is when it's right for you. The real estate markets, they change, they go up, they go down. One thing that doesn't change is where you want to be in your life. The professionals you team up with will make your story happen. The Z Team are the professionals you need to hire for your next chapter. So call the Z Team at 870-405-0793, Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East, retiredtoarkansas.net.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's Veterans Day. It's Dan Hall, Arkansas Department of Disabled American Veterans, Hollie Scoma from District 3 Veteran Service Officer, and my leg is cramping up.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too.
Breathe.
How y'all today?
Good.
Busy.
Busy.
Crazy
Always
busy. Yeah, it gets worse, you know.
It gets worse?
Yes.
You're supposed to say it gets better.
Well, Hollie's been working real hard with that innovative
Readiness
training.
I was going to say.
It's not on this list. It's on your sheet. So.
And we've had a couple of days of Sprint. That's a suicide prevention information program from VA. We had our DAV meeting and then our DAVA meeting today. And yesterday was Robin Meyer's departure.
I'm telling you,
we're going to miss
get
him.
That quarter jar out.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yes, Robin Myers. I don't know if you heard when we were doing the news this morning that they named the tech center as the Dr. Robert L. Myers Technical Training Center, whatever education campus. That's a pretty good honor.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. You know, I've been a member of the chamber for a lot of years, and back in 2000, I was part of the class of 2000 of the Mountain Home Leadership Institute. And our project was putting up those Welcome to Mountain Home signs on each end of the community. And in recent years, when it was not as simple as it sounds, because you had to go out and get an easement from a property owner because they couldn't be on highway property, and then raise the money and build the things and then maintain them. And in the last year or so, there's been a real problem with the maintenance on the one on the east end of town. Weeds grew up as high as the sign. The old bank branch that used to be there maintained that. And I finally got tired of looking at it, took my weed eater out there and cleaned up in front of it, and we got an agreement from Discount Tire to take care of that property around that sign. So
there you go.
Yeah.
I never understood why they did those signs so nice, bricked, because the city limits moves.
Well, back 23 years ago, we were pretty much at the extreme ends of the city. You know, Walmart wasn't built yet, and all those new businesses in the two shopping centers weren't there yet. That was way out in the boondocks when we put that sign out there. Now you got two shopping centers all around them. So
some of the best squirrel hunting as a kid was right there where that Walmart store is.
It used to be when we started. It was before that bank branch was built. Then there was a long driveway went back to an old farmhouse there.
Yeah, Miss Woods.
Yeah,
Miss Woods' house. Get some history now.
I am. Listen, I did not know any of this.
Oh yeah, we could tell you some stories. We
I can imagine.
Might make up a few along the way.
Well, we've been involved in a lot of things in my time here. You know, I wrote the proposal to come up with a way to build the new jail. We had that old inline jail and a couple suicides and lawsuits, and we got that done. I was county judge when I actually signed the check to buy the land that the David W. Reynolds Library sits on.
I love that place.
Yeah.
It's a nice library.
It's like one of my favorite places here.
Yeah, we've been involved in a lot of history here.
Oh, that's awesome.
What's going on with Hollie?
So like Dan said, we've just been really busy. It's a very busy season. So we are doing training next month for our quarterly training for our VSOs. So like I said, we try to get together and make sure we're all on the same page, and things that are changing, we know the systems and things like that. So that's been that's our next focus, but our big focus right now is the PACAC. So don't ask me the acronym.
It's on the list.
It's not even, it is on the list. The Promise to Address Comprehensive Toxics. So anyways, the PACAC has a deadline for veterans of August 9th for them to file to get a year's worth of back pay if they find in their favor. So normally they would have to put in what's called an intent to file. So this is like a last big push to make sure those veterans who want to be a part of it sign up now. So if they miss this deadline, no harm, no foul. They could still file. They're just not going to get that back pay. but it's a lot. Like Charlie Leonard has been so busy. He sent me his last week's numbers, and it was like 150 like contacts with people about PACAC and things like that. And I know our Marion County counterparts are hugely impacted as well. So she's been seeing all the new people, and at the IRT line, I've been talking with every veteran, like every person that walks by. I'm like, "Are you a veteran?" And they're like, "No," or "Yes." And then we kind of go into the spiel of, "Hey, have you filed for benefits? Are you looking to file? Are you already set?" So it's just been very busy.
You said earlier that you've been over at Yaleville at that readiness training. Have the numbers been good?
So what I've been seeing, I think the numbers have been good. Dental has been extraordinary. So they have been closing slightly early for dental almost every day, because by the time the doors open within the first hour, there are over 100 people.
Wow.
So it's a huge need for the area, and I don't think that they were anticipating that originally. But yeah, so it's been really good. It's been a steady flow of people. So we've been seeing a lot of people from even out of state, a lot of Missouri, a lot of other counties. We had somebody in there who was from Union County, which is down very south, like 7 hours away. And they were like, but we wanted to come and be a part of this. So like, we've seen a lot of people.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll put a comprehensive list of what they've seen. And
so they've been taking account of each zip code for the most part. So I think that they will have something of that nature. But normally that takes a while for them to like gather.
Have you been seeing a lot of veterans go through that?
So actually we have. So we have this window in the VA of like wartime. And so there's a lot of people that fall within the non-wartime period, which was in the 80s and 90s. So there was operations going on, but none considered wartime. And so with the people that fall in that era, sometimes it's really hard to get them service connected or to get them benefits because they never deployed or nothing was really going on during that. So it was like a peacetime support. So for that era, we end up seeing a lot of them without health care or benefits, and so they go to these things. So then we just want to make sure, hey, are you signed up? Are you getting VA health care? Have you enrolled in benefits? Do you have any plans to enroll? So
we do a lot of these things behind the scenes, like she was talking. Dental is always a big one.
Yes.
Unless you're 100% service connected, you're not necessarily entitled to dental care. And that, with the regulations and what have you, they make you crazy. I've been working on a veteran who didn't have a service-connected disability, but he's below the poverty level to where he's eligible for urgent care. Came down with cancer of the mouth. Yeah. So VA agreed to treat him. Well, the problem is when you do radiation, it kills teeth. So they had to pull all of his teeth. So a year later, he's cancer-free, but he has no teeth, and he's not eligible for VA dental care. We can take him out, but we can't put him back, kind of a deal, So this community, of course, stepped up to it, and I have a local dentist who agreed to do some work pro bono if we would come up with money to cover that out of office, lab fees, and so on. And we're in the process of raising that money. I passed the hat at a couple of meetings of the men's club and the Twin Lakes Marines and raised a couple $100 that way. We'll get it done. But bottom line is the veteran's been helped. He has new teeth and
he can eat a steak again.
He can eat, yes.
And so that's the thing. The Innovative Readiness Training, the IRT, they're only doing extractions and fillings. And we have such a need here. So like the Christian Clinic helps out, and we have Boston Medical who helps out sometimes with dental things. But it really does take a community to make sure that we have the resources and the things that can help out.
And I'll tell you what will make you crazy in this business. Arkansas Department of Veterans Affairs preceded VA. Okay. Arkansas Department of Veterans Affairs is an advocate for veterans in all manner of help. VA is a resource that we use, that we're stuck with sometimes, and their regulations will make you crazy. And you're going to think I'm crazy when I say this, but the fact is, people that work for the Veterans Health Administration are not allowed to advocate for veterans. Now
So
imagine
sometimes
that.
their hands are tied.
Really?
Yeah. So
If
they
you're
can't
her
recommend
doctor,
or
you're her doctor, for example. Let's just say that she's being treated, and part of her service-connected is post-traumatic stress disorder, and suddenly she's having difficulty with insomnia, for example. Well, her doctor would know that insomnia is part of secondary to the PTSD, etc. But he can't write a nexus report because that would be a conflict of interest. So,
and more than likely he can't tell you to file either. So it's it's a very like hard and like weird thin line that they're allowed to tread, and it's like they can't recommend nursing homes. So
Yeah,
like
we're here to help you, but we're not really going to help you. So we're here to take a break. It's 7:30. We'll be back in just a moment.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment, their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home. At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville. If you're looking for something wonderful and delicious, head on over to Paradise Cream for a homemade ice cream experience. With over 20 flavors like German chocolate cake and sea salt caramel, it's always homemade and delicious. Paradise Cream has something for everyone and also carries dairy-free and vegan ice cream options. So whether you like it in a cup or in one of their homemade waffle cones, you're in for a wonderful dessert experience. Located in Mountain Home next to Ramada Inn or at their Harrison address across from Pizza Hut and Castle Rental. Let Paradise Cream cater your next event, because you're on your way to paradise.
Well, folks, have you been...
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Dan Hall, Arkansas Department of Disabled American Veterans. Hollie Scoma from District 3. She is the Veteran Service Officer, but you're also the trainer.
I'm with the Arkansas Department of Veterans Affairs, so I know it says a lot of things, but I'm also the Women's State Coordinator for veteran things. I wear a lot of different hats.
And a mom of a purdy boy.
Listen, and my daughter.
Oh, you have a daughter?
I do.
You never talk about your daughter.
Well, you only are obsessed with my son.
Only pick on your pretty boy.
The pretty boy.
His eyes are gorgeous. You guys will see one day. Anyways, so
Dan,
moving on.
have you ever met a guy with gorgeous eyes?
I've never noticed.
I feel like his mama probably said the same thing about him, so.
Must be a mom
Yeah,
thing.
it's a mom thing. So anyways, going back to PACAC, I will get us back on track since I'm the only one.
Thank you.
So the VA so far has received 353,743 claims just for PACAC alone since August 9th of last year.
Okay, question.
Yeah.
August 9th is the deadline. You're over 300,000 claims to this point.
Mhm.
Probably will hit 500,000 claims before it's over.
Mhm.
How long will it take them to process those?
So they've already processed 300,000
Of those 300?
of those. So what it is they made it a priority, and they literally, one department, and I want to say Milwaukee, is dedicated to only doing PACAC claims.
So my next question is, if they can fast track this, why can't they fast track some of the other stuff?
I don't work for the VA, so I would not know.
I thought you just said you did.
No, I work for the Arkansas Department of Veterans Affairs.
Mine's been hanging
That's
out
totally
for
separate.
Mine's been hanging out for over a year, but it's not PACAC related, so
And so
they
right
might have
now,
got in front of me.
yeah, right now they have an approval rate though of 79%, which is outstanding for the VA. So they're seeing these claims, and an approval can mean a 0%, which sometimes people think is not approved, but that's no compensation. But it's still an approval. So,
Can they appeal?
Of course. A no is never a no with the VA system. So even for healthcare, even for claims, and even if you get a no on your appeal, there's still another option more than likely. So it takes a very long time to exhaust all of those options. So there's always a separate answer.
Dan, normally cradle to grave, how long does it take to run a claim?
Let me back up a few years. When I first filed, it took 5 years before they ever answered the first claim, and then they would normally disallow, and you had to appeal, and it'd be 5 more years. We're down now to about 180 days, I think.
I think it's down even further than that.
We
right
came
now.
up with a few years back what we call a fully developed claim, where you don't waste a whole lot of time. Again, we know you're going to need this, 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 and this, and have those things ready when you go see the veteran service officer, your advocate, and with all of the proper things in order, it's under 6 months now.
Holly, when a person starts a claim, who's there to help them to know what to gather, the information that's needed? Who does that?
That's our VSOs. So that's our veteran service officers.
That's the folks that you deal with. That's the people that you train.
Yeah. So they're going to be the first stop. So like Dan said, they're going to make sure that they get any medical evidence that they require, any of their military service history that they need, anything like that. And then we'll make sure that everything's all together so that the less somebody has to search in a record for it, the easier it is for it to get approved. So that's part of that fully developed is, hey, here's everything you possibly need to see. And then the VA goes, okay, well, let's make an appointment to see the severity of it. And then it goes super quick from there.
When they begin the process, does that get them a spot in line, or they don't get their spot in line until they've got everything completed?
So what we normally do is we do a form called an intent to file, and it's kind of like a save the date. So when they first come to see us, normally we do 2 forms. We do a power of attorney so that we could look into their VA record. It's nothing other than just looking into that record. And then we also do an intent to file. The intent to file is a save the date to say, hey, VA, we're planning on filing a claim within a year, and once we file, please go back to this date. And it's as simple as that. So the PACAC, when they signed it into law, they implemented that as the intent to file date for all of the veterans who are planning on filing. So that year is almost up. So if not, then they'll come back in and they'll see us and we'll file an intent to file, and when they're ready, we could do that again.
It sounds complicated, but if you go back to what she was just saying, back before we had the county veteran service officers and people were really trained up to speed, you'd file a claim, and that would just be filing a claim that, I've got this problem and it's service connected. And then it would take them a year to look at that and then come back and tell you, we need this, this, and this in the way of, and so, or they would need to get into other medical records, so you'd have to sign release forms and send back to them. And this fully developed claim process has really taken all that out of the mix.
And we have standardized claims forms, so that happened about 4 years ago. where they were like, hey, you no longer can send claims to the VA on napkins or on pieces of paper. You have to use these forms. So, I mean, they've always had other forms, but they mandated you have to absolutely use these forms. So now we have like a standard process, which is what we train on, and we make sure everyone knows how it's supposed to go. And like I said, we're definitely here to help. It's a lot to understand. Like, I could talk on this stuff for ages, and I do, but it's not that hard of a process. It really isn't. So,
yeah, and then backing up about 6 or 7 years ago, when we decentralized Arkansas Department of Veterans Affairs and created the position that she holds here in the 3rd District. So she's responsible to train. So you have similarities of skills at regards to which county veteran service officer you talk to, where there used to be a real discrepancy between, say, Mountain View and Mountain Home.
Yeah.
And her job now is to really bring that training up to standards and all the new things that come out. And so there's just an awful lot that's happened in the last 6 or 7 years that's improved things. Do we have a long way to go? You bet.
Yeah.
There are just a lot of things still with the VA. One of the things is seeing the same provider, for example. And you have veterans. I've had 11 primary providers with the VA in 10 years.
Yeah.
You don't get to develop too much of a relationship with your primary provider.
Yeah, that continuity of care is gone.
Yeah, and particularly with some veterans that have issues and so on. I've told this story 27 times. I don't want to talk about it again. But each time they have a new provider, they feel like they're starting over.
Yeah.
And so that continuity of care is an ongoing problem that VA is working on, but we still have a long way to go.
How does a veteran going to somewhere like the Christian Clinic or the happenings over in Neilville, does that affect their care? Does it affect how they're covered or affect their claiming?
No. So as long as, I mean, they get, so everyone leaves with a piece of paper saying that what they had done and what they were seen for. And if they're a part of VA, as long as they bring that back to VA and let them know, to put it in their medical record to say, hey, I did get glasses and this is my new prescription. Or if not, if they're like, I'm keeping this for myself, it's not affecting their care because it's outside of that scope. So
part of your question might confuse people. If you get care in their community and it has not been pre-approved, you're not going to get paid for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to affect your VA benefits and that, except that you've done it on your own.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to see a community care provider, you have to get with community care and get a referral, and then you're covered.
You've got a newly developed issue that it's bothering you. You run over to the Christian Clinic. They look at it. There's no charge. You do it. It's done. There's no problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
But if you wanted the VA to cover that, you would have to have a referral.
Right. If you're doing something for fee, but if you can find something for free, then you're good to go.
Yeah.
Now we do have an urgent care situation. Was that MedExpress is our urgent care. Something, let's say it's a weekend, the CBAR clinic is closed. It's not something you would go to the emergency room with, but you can go to MedExpress, and 3 times a year for a non-service connected, they'll cover that.
Yeah.
If it's service connected, they'll cover it every time. But if it's something that's not necessarily service connected to a disability, 3 visits a year for urgent care. That's new.
I was going to say, is that a new thing that they just started?
Last year or two.
What makes that MedExpress handy then?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Very much so. But we were talking at the IRT, and they were like, well, how many veterans do you guys have here? Like, it can't be that much. And I was like, just in District 3 alone, we have 20,000 veterans. So Baxter accounts for 4,000 of those almost. And then Marion County is 1,500. So, like, you wouldn't think for, like, Yellville is a very small place, but it's a large number of veterans in our population. So it was super interesting that they were like, really here?
Really?
And I was like, yes, we have a lot.
I bet they're overwhelmed with the number of people that have come for this event.
I think that they did a really good job of setting up, but they were supposed to have originally 3 clinics, and so I think they thought that there wasn't the need for it, so they were like, we could all do it in one clinic and it'll be okay. And they have been working, so like from start to finish, like there's a ton of people running around and making records and making copies and getting shots and doing blood tests and doing all of the
Way
things.
more than
Yeah,
expected.
They're doing a lot.
Within her District 3, she's really dealing with 3 or 4 different VA organizations. The Boone County people go to Fayetteville.
In Harrison Clinic there, the CBOC.
And the Mountain Home and Izard County go to Central Arkansas and Little Rock and North Little Rock, and we have a local CBOC here in Mountain Home. If you're over in Salem area, then your CBOC is in West Plains and your hospital is Poplar Bluff.
Yep.
And if you get over, what's the other one? You have West Memphis.
Yep.
So
I have 5 different VA
and they
medical
all are a little bit
facilities that
different.
I deal with.
And they all operate different.
So,
a little bit.
Each of our VSOs that are in that area have the numbers and the contacts, and the DAV vans run differently, and so it's a lot of moving parts within just our tiny district. So like when I try to explain to people and I'm like, it's 9 counties, it's really, and they're like, oh, it's just 9 counties, and I'm like, yeah, it's just 9 counties
There
and
you
5
go.
different VAs and da 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 da. And
It's time for a break. You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV. We'll be right back.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should have called the Z team.
Hi, Brett, Fritz, and Paisley here at Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Roost Road. Mower Warehouse has the largest selection of Ferris zero-turn mowers in stock. 0% financing available. Mower Warehouse also services all brands of mowers. We offer free delivery. Come see us for all your mower needs. That's Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Roost Road, where your business is appreciated.
Going on now through June, up to $500 off select mowers at Mower Warehouse, with no money down and payments as low as $89 per month.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
All you
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Dan, what do you got coming up for this next little bit?
Well, we've got a bunch of things. We're right now in the process of doing most of the planning for our Veterans Outreach Picnic on the first Saturday of October. There's
Did
a whole
we just
lot of,
have that, Dan?
It seems like it.
Yeah, it does seem like it.
There's,
It went so
there's
quick.
an awful lot of moving parts and people in the community that are involved, and like with everything else, people change, and so situations change. And Randy Barnhill sold his tent company to somebody else that we're dealing with now, and the business that provided the golf carts for the people that had mobility issues, they went out of business. So we're looking for another supplier of golf carts, and of course we're losing our chancellor over at ASU, but I've been assured that that's institutionalized. We're good to go, but I don't want to really do any planning with their maintenance people till I sit down with the new chancellor and make sure we're all right on the same page. And so there's a lot of things involved in putting that deal on, and you got to start in June and July if you want to be ready for October 1st weekend. So, well, one of the things that we were talking about with the changes in VA, the newer generations that are so tech smart, they can always go up online and do an application for benefits with VA. I recommend you do not do that. We spend a lot of time and money training people like Hollie, who trains the county veteran service officers, and there's a whole lot more to it than you might think. And you can go up there and fill out a form and check the wrong box and delay your whole process by months and years. So I just recommend you do not go up there and file claims on your own. It's a whole lot more technical these days than you think. Talk to your county veteran service officer. He's highly trained and motivated to do it right the first time.
Yeah.
And if you don't know how to get a hold of him, he works for your county judge. Call your county judge, they'll give you his phone number.
There you go.
Yeah. So we have a lot of women events coming up. So we have...
Let's see, the luncheon is coming up.
The luncheon is coming up. So our Harrison group is actually meeting this Friday. And so if they want more information, they could just give me a call. That's 870-404-6944, because they are changing locations each month. So if they want more information, they can contact us and we'll get them added to the group.
And you provide lunch?
No, we do not. But I think they've been doing a potluck style. So each of our groups is slightly different. And so like our Mountain Home group is lunch and we eat out at restaurants. Our Mountain View group is like crafts. So like whatever the demographic there wants is kind of like what we do. So the Mountain Home group is meeting July 28th at noon at Colton's. So we're going to have a good lunch there. And then we are starting a new group in Heber Springs. So all the way down in Cleburne County, we're getting geared up to start one there. And we're also trying to start one in Hot Springs. So a little bit of everywhere.
Yeah.
And then we
when
also...
will you have time to work?
Yeah, so, I mean, it's part of my job. So then our next thing that we're planning is in November, we are having our women's summit here in Mountain Home. So we're gearing up to get all the details and things ready for that as well. We're doing training next August, so with our VSOs, and then we have our Together with Veterans in Colorado after
September.
that, and yeah, we're really busy. So in August or in September, like a week or two before, I'm doing our national state women's coordinator conference, and yeah, we have a lot of things going on, a lot of moving parts.
Yeah, sometime early September we'll have our quarterly meeting of our Together with Veterans suicide prevention program, and our community partners will meet again. We just did that in July, and good meeting. We keep growing and accomplishing things, so we stay busy.
You do that local, Dan?
Yes. Yeah.
And you bring people from out of state to come in and visit with you and check
Well,
it out, or how does that
we
work?
do, and we've had them come in from Colorado, from the Western Interstate Commission on Higher Education and Merrick, and they were so impressed with Mountain Home that we've been asked to do some spots out at their summit in September on community organizing, because Baxter County has just really blown it out of the water. We've been working this a long time before we got involved with them, so we were a little ahead of the game, but very few communities operate quite like Mountain Home does.
And I think that's like such a testament, though. Like, I don't think, like, I have 9 counties, and my 9 counties don't work as seamlessly sometimes together as they do here in Baxter, which is really nice and refreshing because like we can always like pool resources and things like that. Some of the other counties have a very hard time doing that, just because people change so often and like they don't stay with the same program. Here, even if you change, they're like, no, we still want you at our table. Like, please still be here. Even what your new job is, we could probably bring that in. So like having like school resource officers and like police department, and then we have Alicia, who was my old position. She switched over to Walmart, and they still kept her. And then they were like, then she moved to Pinnacle Point, which is still suicide prevention and mental health. They were like, no, we still want you here. So I think that's like a testament to it, like how well this community works.
Developing those relationships with the resources that are available that makes the big difference. And for instance, there's a lot of people that want to do things to help veterans or do things to help this. Instead of creating a new group, we really bring all of these. I always say I'm not a resource so much as I'm a conduit to a resource. And resources like Baxter Health and the Veterans Clinic, and we get them all working together, it makes a huge difference.
Mm-hmm. Instead of everybody trying to do their own thing.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of times,
everyone does do their own thing. But
when you look at a community, really, a lot of these agencies are somewhat in competition for the same resources. So getting past that and combining resources makes a huge difference.
What is the suicide prevention hotline number?
988. And that has blown up since they changed from the regular phone number to the 3-digit emergency call. In the first month, they had like a 50% increase in calls. So we immediately went out and said, well, this is going to work. We went out and changed our billboard signs to put that 988 number on there.
And it's not just for veterans.
I was going to say,
that's
is it
for
national?
everyone.
Is that a national thing?
It's national. It was something that SAMHSA, the Suicide and Mental Health Administration, had a substance abuse hotline, and then VA kind of tagged on to that with a press 1 if you're a veteran, and for a long time it wasn't even maintained 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
We got that done about 5 years ago, and now they went to the 988 number, so it's useful.
Yeah. So like I said, everyone can call if they're in crisis, but for veterans, all they have to do is press 1.
You can also call if you know a person who needs help and they are hesitant to call. If I knew, for example, that Bob's having issues, I can call that 988 number and provide your information, and they'll contact you.
Yeah. Really?
Yes.
Anonymous?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, they may call you up and say, somebody who's a friend of yours is concerned about you. Can we help you in some way? Because a lot of people won't make that call on their own. But yeah, a family member can make a call on.
Yeah. So.
Cool. Are you traveling much this week?
So just to Yellville, just to the IRT.
Back over to Yellville.
Today's the last day, so I mean, it's been a really fun and good experience. Like I said, I've been talking to almost every veteran that's walked in there, so making sure that they got all the things that they need. But everyone that I've talked to has said that they've really enjoyed the experience and that they got the care that they thought was really good, and and then like I said, PACAC, make sure everyone's getting out there and filing. Deadline's coming up soon, and also, I don't know if you know this, it's Charlie Leonard's birthday today, so just FYI, happy birthday.
Charlie Leonard Day.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
The Northwest Arkansas Wellness Innovative Training Readiness Training that's going on in Yellville is from 9 till noon today.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking to be seen, you have to be there by 11.
Yeah, get there early.
And so 1 hour before they shut down, you need to be there, and they'll look at you, but you're going to be in line. You're going to be waiting a little bit, but it's a good thing.
Yeah. So.
I think those people that came in here really enjoyed our community and will be dying to come back next year.
Well, and I think a lot of them are from out of state, and they were like, we've never been here, and they were like, this is a really small community, and then we were talking about like the things that we have, and they were like, what? And I was like, yeah. So like, Like, a lot of them went to a lot of the different local places and restaurants to eat, and like every time they walk in, they're like, "Oh, we went here and it was wonderful." And I'm like, "I know. That's why we live here."
We were told a couple of weeks ago, we had some on the show, and they were given the choice of either coming here or going to Hawaii, and they chose here.
Wow.
Isn't that what they said, sir?
Yeah, there was some of them that had a choice or whatever, but yeah, they chose here.
Well, and they have different IRT missions, so it's a really cool program. So like sometimes they're like building bridges and fixing like foundations. It's cool.
Having lived both places, I would pick here too.
You would pick here. Time to wrap things up. We appreciate y'all's time. Thanks for coming in. We'll see you again next month. You've been watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV. Have a great day.